Yo,
Hi, bro.
what's going on, man?
Really good. I think we are very early today, so we can do things with patience and stuff. We already have 12 people in the lobby.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so let's check the settings. So, first of all, go to assist, please. Assist restrictions, and once again, ban the both pit lane entry and exit assists.
Uh-huh.
Now, in weather and time of day, the session start time on realistic.
Alright.
Safety car reduced in rules and flags. Okay, it's perfect now. Thanks, bro.
Alright. Um,
I think you're going for your, what, fourth in a row? Well, Mash should be racing today, so I think there you'll have a strong challenger. I think Thales is also a good track for him, so... Yeah, I think you'll have some battle today. Oh yeah, I think I've seen his time trial and he's actually really quick. It's been a bit tired to organize all this season, so finally a break week. I think I'll be happy with that. Yeah, have a break week. Also because it's the Jeddah qualifying.
oh, when's Jeddah qualifying?
Next weekend, the real life.
Yeah, I wonder what time it is though. Just seeing. Let's see. Oh, qualifying's at 1 p.m.
Yeah, I think it is like starts 30 minutes after we usually start IOR. Yeah, that's why I decided to make it a break week because I knew people weren't gonna show up due to to that. I think we are 12 in the lobby right now. If we have at least 15, I'll be happy. Oh, can you send an invite to the IOR group chat?
Yeah.
Oh, Mash is here. Oh, just realized we are missing Nick FIFA as well. I think he's practicing. Who are we missing? Um, I think Bialo, but he said he might not make it. I'll invite K-Money. $19, that's nice. Alright, I'll leave you then, bro. Good luck on the race.
Alright, thank you, boss.
Thanks to you for the lobby. Alright. Bye. So welcome everyone to round 4 of IOR Season 7. Today we are here at the Portuguese Grand Prix. And well, it's a track that we come back, if I'm not wrong, almost around a year ago is the last time we raced here in IOR Season 4. Yeah, there wasn't a race in Portugal in Season 5 nor in Season 6. We are back finally after a year in Season 7 for the Portuguese GP. We have 19 drivers, could be 20 if one more driver that could happen might join during qualifying. So might be a full grid for the second time this season. But well, we have some new faces there, like Back and K Money, a really quick driver I know from also a Friend League ROR. We have also Tikanga from the Friend League PSF1, who I know is also a very quick driver. And yeah, I think those are the new faces we have today. Yanith Lee as well, who is also from our Friend League PSF1. And Ensao Silo, who, well, signed up for the season and, well, is doing finally his first race. Couldn't race in the first 3 rounds, but is finally here in the McLaren to make his debut in IOR. So apart from them, I think everyone else, you already know who they are. And, well, of course, Slippery Cucumber, the man that has won the 3 first races on this season, is coming here to try and take that 4th win in a row, a record that even himself hasn't been able to take. Baraka has the record, I think, if I'm not wrong, 5 wins in a row from Season 5. So Cucumber will be looking to defeat that 5 win in a row record in this IOR Season 6. And we're going to follow in a lap with the champion from IOR Season 6 and the 3-time IOR champion, who usually doesn't come out into the first run. It's not one of the first usually to come out and do a lap. But in this case, he decided to go straight out of the pit lane, and here he goes and into the line to start his first line lap of the day into a mains race. Slippery Cucumber already, you can see he's already in 70% ERS. This track is a track that drains your ERS like crazy. And while coming into sector 1, into this he's gonna come to this really tricky corner to get on throttle. It's really easy to slide in here. He needs to be careful, really close to going off the road and invalidating for track limits, but instead the 21.9 in sector 1 is the first lap being set by the champion Slippery Cucumber. Now coming into the heels of Portimao. And coming into the final sector with almost no ERS at all. 4th gear for Slippery Cucumber. Archive says the first lap of the day, a 1:17.9. And now coming into a line, and Slippery Cucumber with no battery at all comes, and it's gonna be a 17.2. That's 7 times quicker than Archive. That's a mega lap there by Slippery Cucumber. 7 times faster than Archive Sandy Williams. We're gonna go on board with Back and K Money. We'll see how his pace will be compared to the other drivers. Yanit Lee does a 23.4. That's not a good lap at all to start, but I guess that's a banker lap. He maybe doesn't have the pace. Oh, and that's K Money in the wall. That's K Money in the wall. And Arieta has retired already. I think he did it in the pit lane, if I'm not wrong. He might be looking to start this last. I'm not too sure, but Arieta's already retired from the session. And Legendary Goat has done a lap on the intermediate tires. Of course, that's not going to be a good lap at all, but he's Just want to save those stars. Black Bala. Wow, that's a really good time for Black Bala. Usually, we don't see Black Bala that on top, and he's in a 18.3, even ahead of Talus, 18.3 as well, by just 6 thousandths of a second. Then Bio a bit more far behind, is 5 times behind Talus in P7. And Sim Soka also a really good lap in 18.0. That's a mega lap there by the Haas driver. Bio is out, I think he's crashed out in the main straight. And oh, that's something happened with Legendary Goat there. There's been a 5-place grid penalty for Legendary Goat. I'm not sure what happened there, but it'll be interesting to know. Mash is really close to Slippery Cucumber. He's already shown they have the pace in qualifying, though in the race he's still a bit behind Slippery Cucumber. But at the moment, him and Standing Crib, who is not racing today, have shown to be the best drivers to challenge the champion on this season. So we'll see if we can finally get another winner apart from Slippery Cucumber today. Nick FIFA goes third fastest, a man that has scored a podium in the second round of the season, and the only round he's done till the moment. And now Theus goes fourth fastest, 17.9 for him. Meanwhile, Slippery Cucumber keeps dominating this, but quickly goes out onto the track, and will try and aim for another flying lap. By the way, just seen he has a 23 on his car, which I think it shouldn't be possible, because Albon, of course, has the 23, but for some reason Slippery Cucumber seems to have that number. Not sure if that's a glitch or if there's actually a little confusion there with the game. And so Silo at the moment not having the greatest start on IOR in his debut, P14 for himself, but of course, still 10 minutes to go, 11 minutes to go, it's a long time. Times can improve if you have Wesley Santana, who is, I think, 4th or 5th in the championship. He's doing a really good job, just keeping it consistent. He still hasn't got that maiden podium in IOR, but he's got close to, I think he finished P4 last weekend in Imola. So, well, could it be on a surprise day today for Wesley? Maybe. We'll have to see. Here comes Wesley Santana into the final corners and into the final sector. We'll see how high in the grid can he go. I think could be around P6 or P7 maybe. Maybe even better. We'll find out now. Coming into the line, and it's gonna be for Wesley Santana. It's gonna be a P9. 2 times behind Talus. Talus is on an outlap right now. I'm gonna be looking to improve that 18.3. It's not a good time to start for what he has used us to, but he still has 2 more runs to go, so we can definitely improve that. Slippery Cucumber meanwhile gonna try and smash his own time. He needs to defend from Mash, because Mash has already got a pole position in China, so it's already proved to be able to defeat Cucumber on 1 lap. So could it happen again here? The gap is close though, but at the moment, of course, Cucumber has that 1/10 advantage on Mash. In Sector 1, Slippery Cucumber has matched his previous time, 42 thousandths lower, which is actually almost really the same. Now he is improving almost 2/10 in Sector 2. And coming into the final couple of corners. And into the main straight he goes, taking all of the inside curb. And coming into a line, and it's gonna be for Slippery Cucumber. Can he get in the 16s? Yes, he can, a 16.9. That's a mega lap there by Slippery Cucumber. I wonder if Mash can respond to that. He's coming out of the pit lane right now. Archives is in a lap. It's about to start the lap. Back in K-Money now. Does a really good lap. Goes third fastest. Solid there in his first day in IOR. Following Archives into his first flying lap. Into turn 1 he goes. 4th gear for Archives. Now this tricky slidey corner up into 5th gear for him. 6th gear, 7th gear. Gonna come. It's improving 12 thousandths of a second. That's matching his previous time once again. It's not a difference, not a big difference, but also some minimal difference. I think he can try and put himself up into P3 maybe if he does some mega lap now. He's 3/10 lower than backhand K-Money. I don't think he'll be able to challenge Mash for that second place. Actually, he might be able to. He's 3/10 quicker in Sector 2. He will need 3 attempts in the final sector, which is actually really complicated, but I'm not discarded. I think can be a 17.4 or a 17.5 maybe. I think he's aiming for P3 at least. With his improvement till sector 2, he definitely will be in P3. But of course he can also go slower in sector 2, in sector 3, and no, actually goes third fastest. 1:17.5. Strong time there by Arkovs, and can be there in race pace against Mash. Not gonna discard him at all. Sim Soka, man, that is surprising me a lot. This is debut season, could well be rookie of the season actually. Well, I think that will be actually a lot of rookies today, this season. I know he's doing a really good job, but well, we have also almost aliens as rookies this season as well, like Mash, like Archives, like K-Money as well. Theos racing on their first season, but I gotta say that Sim Soka has doing an excellent job in terms of pace for being his first season in IOR. Look at him, P7 in his third race in IOR. Now comes into a line, I think he can even go 5th fastest or even 4th fastest. Into a line 5th fastest for Sim Soka, 17.7. Mega job there by the Haas driver. Getting himself even ahead of his teammate, who has shown to be an alien in China. We gotta go now with Mash, who I think is about to start his flying lap. Following Mash into his flying lap, second run. It's gonna be really hard to defeat Cucumber here. Oh, but he spawns, and that is gonna cost him time. He's just gonna have one more run, and well, with Cucumber now going for his final run, this is looking really complicated. Well, Nick FIFA on a lap as well. Times are improving a lot in... I think the grid we see now can get even more mixed up in the next couple of minutes. In the 5 minutes remaining. Following Nick FIFA through final sector, he's gonna invalidate, invalidation there. And Theos, well, he's still in a banker lap, I think. Wesley Santana will come into a line to make it a... We'll see what time, or is he gonna dive it into a pit lane if he doesn't have a good time. And yes, that's exactly what he's doing. Kill UNL on P12. Well, this time racing in the AlphaTauri due to a misconfusion, but I'll count his points like if he was in the McLaren. There was a little confusion there, so... And Theos now starts his flying lap. Let's go on board with Theos, the man that qualified second place in China, and is looking for something good today. Currently on P7, but with a lot of margin to improve. I think he's definitely not going to challenge Cucumber for pole position, but could challenge for a top 5 today. The grid at the front is really solid, and the man that has impressed me the most at the moment is Sim Soka in the top 5, getting there with the aliens. Even ahead of Nick FIFA as well, and ahead of Theos' teammate. And well, once again the Ferraris did an excellent job, and Theos has had a little slide. That's gonna cost him his lap. That's definitely gonna cost him his lap. Drivers waiting for time to come out, and Slippery Cucumber at 16.7. Well, yeah, definitely no one's defeating that. No one, absolutely no one is defeating that. That's an alien time. I think he well can finish this qualifying 6 attempts ahead of everyone else, which is what is happening right now. Going on with Tisao now, who is improving 1/10. I think he only can aim to improve 1 or 2 places like he's going now. Black Bala currently on an out lap. But yeah, Tisao also aborts his lap. Oh, Legendary Goat spins it. I got that on 4K. Wesley Santana has left the session, but he's able to rejoin. Of course, he has an invite to come back. Thales is on an outlap right now. Thales on P10, but he definitely has margin to improve. He will have one more lap. His final run. Let's go with Backend K-Money, the man that's teaming with him today, who is about to start that final flying lap. Coming into a main straight, what has he done? I think he wants a banker lap, probably. Archives and Mash in an outlap as well. I think Slippery Cucumber can just go into a pit lane and not take that car out anymore on this qualifying session. I think the pole position is most likely on the back at this point. Black Butler looking to improve his time though at the moment. Mash once again invalidates, but I think that was a banker, so let's go with Mash this time into his final flying lap. Wesley Santana, they're joining back. Sadly, I think he won't have more time for another lap. Following Mash now, the only man I think can challenge Slippery Cucumber for pole position today. And challenge, challenge, which looks really unlikely, and I think that, every possibility went in that corner. Yeah, he aborted the lap, and he's definitely not gonna be improving. Back in K-Money now coming also to start that final flying lap. Archives as well, and Nick FIFA. A lot of people about to start their final flying lap. Black Ball has gone 6 fastest. That's a really good lap for the AlphaTauri driver. Joseph Besley is also about to start his flying lap. Thales is already on his flying lap. He's improved 3 times what he did previously in Sector 1. Let's see now through Sector 2. Thales is still around in Sector 2. Down into 4th gear, nailing nicely the corner, improving 1 second. He's improving a whole second there. That's gonna put him up into easily into P2. That's gonna be a P2 for Thales. Oh, but his lights are there, but still, well, he's gonna improve a lot. Still gonna improve a lot, even with the tiny slide. It's gonna be a big improvement for Thales. Into a line he goes, P2. Still P2 at 17.2, and not far at all. Not far at all. Well, did actually Mash was able to start another lap? I'm not sure about it. Here comes Backend K-Money, is improving 91 thousandths of a second. It's actually a bit slower there in Sector 2. Archives in P4 is coming in the line. Can he defeat Thales on this one? Mash is actually improving. Nick FIFA goes 5th fastest. Not sure if there was a timing glitch or something. Oh, Bialo has joined. Bialo joined, but I'm not sure, unfortunately, if he's gonna be able to make it to the race. Hopefully he will be. Here comes Sim Soka into a line. Can he improve anything? Yes, he can. P6 for Sim Soka. Mega qualifying session for Sim Soka. And actually Mash is smashing the timing here. Theos goes 4th fastest. Mash can go and aim for P2. Yeah, Mash is coming for P2. Bialo actually made it into the pit lane. Not sure if he's gonna have a setup though. Hopefully he will. Mash into a line and goes 2nd fastest, 16.8. Actually got really close to Cucumber there. Yeah, really close. That was a really entertaining qualifying session. It's gonna be Slippery Cucumber versus Mash in the race, and maybe Thales can get involved in this as well. But that's once again pole position for Slippery Cucumber, and one of the tracks that he has enjoyed the most. Like it is Portugal, and I don't know what we are waiting for. Someone is coming out of the pit lane, I think. Oh, Bialo is coming out. I don't know how. It's actually on an outlap. I don't know how he did that, but well, qualifying should be over by now. I'm gonna send him a message telling him to retire. And yeah, at the end we got a full grid for the race, which is really nice to see. And well, it's gonna be a really entertaining battle between Slippery Cucumber and Mash for the win of this race. I still think Cucumber definitely has the pace advantage in the race pace. But I think Mash can try and make things a bit interesting. Maybe there are safety cars or mixed strategies or something. I think it's gonna be a fun race, especially having a full grid. It should be really fun. And we're gonna have to check the tire strategies, which we will know in around 15 seconds when the formation lap gets on. Slippery Cucumber looking to get that 4th win in a row. Probably, I think the championship, we can say it's already mostly over in his hands. If he wins today, he's gonna win 1/3 of the whole races this season. We're getting a lot of comments in the commentary box, so I'm gonna quickly go and read that during the formation lap. As you see, the number of comments are really good. So well, let's go and read them. But first of all, let's go into the tire strategies for the Portuguese Grand Prix. So we have Cucumber and Mash on the hards, Talus in the mediums. Could we well be aiming to take the lead of the race there on those? Could well be looking to take the lead of the race on those medium tires. So there's an Alpine in the wall. Is that Mash? Yes, it is Mash in the wall. Well, thankfully it's just a formation lap. Then from Talus, Archives, Tails, Nick FIFA, Simsoka on the mediums, K-Money, Joseph Wesley on the hards, Black Bala, Wesley, Tisao, Killian and El Bio on the mediums, then Tikangas and Enzo, both McLarens on the softs, Yenith Lee on the hards, Bialo on the mediums, Legendary Goat on the hards, and Arietta on the mediums at the end. So a bit of mixed strategies, but on the lead it's well Cucumber and Mash on the hards, and well Talus will be looking to get those places as soon as possible. And if not Talus, other of the medium runners will definitely be looking into it. And now going into the comments, so BRT Robin says fuel burn lap probably, that's coming from qualifying definitely. Then Standing Crib says, what happened to the promise we made about Slippery Cucumber? Standing Crib, yeah, says, what happened to the promise we made about Slippery Cucumber? We said he needed to do last 2 every challenge every race to make it more exciting. Yeah, well, once again they're in pole position and looking for another probable win. But the race is long, so I think maybe he might not win this one. BRT Robbins says he's an assist user, I think. Kai Edmonds, so welcome to the chat. I'm not too sure who you are, but maybe if you tell me your PSN, I'll know who you are. Says great qualifying, and yeah, really appreciate that. I think it was a really good show there from the drivers today. Standing Crib says great strategy, take out Slippery. Even then he will win, but at least you can try it. Well, if you put him in the wall and blow his tire off, then he'll definitely not win. Robin says, I don't understand Cucumber, why would you drive a league clear it too slow for you? He should join bigger leagues with esport team drivers, and he should get rid of assists. Well, Slippery Cucumber has always been a man driver in IOR. I'm gonna talk about that later. Lights out and away we go. And Slippery Cucumber does get a really good start. And actually Thales seems to get a good one, but at the end it's Theos who blasts in the start and takes P2 of the race and will be aiming for that lead of the race. Thales getting ahead of Mash there. Into a corner, Mash sends it down the inside. Thales is gonna have to leave room for him, but Mash goes really deep there in the corner, and that's gonna allow Archives to get into place. Enzo gets a 5-second penalty for corner cutting. That's a mega accident there at the back. What has happened there? That's Enzo out of the race. Yanis Lee and Legendary Goat also has had an issue there. And is that a safety car? No, that's not even a safety car. Nick FIFA up into P4 of the race. P6 now has been overtaken by Thales there. Tries to send it down the inside. There goes Joseph Vesely by the outside of back and K-Money. And yeah, a bit of a moved start of the race there, especially by Enzo's crash there at the back. Theos leads the race, followed by Slippery Cucumber, followed by Mash. Then comes Archives, then comes Thales, then comes Nick FIFA, and then comes Joseph Vesely in P7 of the race. Both Ferraris once again doing a really good job in the start of this race. Bialo's done a mega start. It's already up into P9 of the race. Typical blasting starts Bialo there into P9 and looking for back in K-Money on this lower compound of tire. Theos leads, followed by Slippery Cucumber, followed by Mash, followed by Archives, who's now looking for the move on Mash. Gets the move done down the inside, and yeah, that's definitely what was going to happen. Nick FIFA doing a really good job against Thales. Thales tries to defend it around the outside, but yeah, that's definitely what's going to be an impossible defense, I think. Or maybe not. There goes Thales around the outside. And Nick FIFA will be getting that move done. Mega job there by Nick FIFA getting the move done on Thales. That's a P5 once again. A really consistent drive like usually for Nick FIFA. And there goes Bialo. There goes Bialo looking for K-Money. He is there down the inside. And are they going to leave enough room for each other? Yes, they will. Bialo gets a blasting move there on K-Money there. And that's a mega start for the man that has used us to this stuff. Next step is going to be Joseph Vesely. In 2 laps, already up into P8. Wonder what he could have done if he joined in qualifying and was able to set a lap. Sales leads, followed by Slippery Cucumber, followed by Archives, who might try and close that gap, or maybe not. And Thales is losing a lot of pace. Oh, that's a spinner there. Oh no, that's Bialo. That's Bialo, unfortunately. Unfortunately, that's Bialo. Well, it was good while it lasted. Did a mega job there in those first 2 laps, and then, well, now he spun it round. But of course, there's still a lot of time on this race, and that's Thales off. That's Thales off, and Tissau as well, both Brazilians off at the same corner. That's a lot of time left on this race, so many things can happen yet. There's nothing over. We can't say the race is over yet. And look at Theos already broke the DRS range against Slippery Cucumber. Well, I still see it really hard that Cucumber is gonna lose this race how it's looking right now, but I gotta say that Theos is doing a really good job at the moment with the tires he has. That's another yellow flag. I think that's Kill UNL. That's a spinner there. Thales has retired from the session in the pit lane. That's another rage quit, unfortunately, by Thales there. He definitely should have continued this. No reason to rage quit, in my opinion. There was still a long way to go, unless, of course, he had a rear wing damage or damage to some part of his car. That wasn't for the front wing, but once again, Thales retires in the pit lane, which is not something nice to see. Well, unfortunate once again, it's season not going good at all for the Brazilian driver that, well, our season 4 champion and second place last season in IOR. But meanwhile, Theos leads the pack, followed by Slippery Cucumber, 1 second behind, followed by Archives, followed by Mash. Mash actually has lost the DRS to Archives. Well, it's pretty normal doing the due to the difference of tire compounds. And here comes Nick FIFA at the back of Mash, with much less ERS than Mash has, but at least he can try and use that DRS to win some time. We're getting more comments in the commentary box, which I'll be reading shortly. Also, I gotta say that Arrieta is doing a really good job there. He's gonna try and move down the inside. Bio is gonna leave the space. That was a really nice move there, and it was on the limits, but both drivers, really nice to see, both leaving enough room to each other. There goes Bio down the inside. Arrieta is gonna try and send it around the outside. Oh, Bio has a little slide there. That's going to allow Arrieta through. That little slide causes Bio the place, and that's Arrieta up into P10 of the race. And the other Mercedes, Bialo, that looked like he could have lost that race on that spinner. He is back and fighting against Tikongas. And now goes up into P12 of the race. And that was a really nice move there by both Mercedes drivers. Meanwhile, in the lead of the race, Slippery Cucumber trying to get into the DRS range of Theus. And well, what I was gonna say about Slippery Cucumber, the reason why he races in IOR, and well, I'm IOR owner, so I can answer that question. Well, he's been with us since Season 2, he's always been the fastest driver in the league. So, well, I have to say, I really appreciate a lot Slippery Cucumber, and I know he appreciates us a lot as a league as well. So I know he is much faster than most of the drivers in here, but due to the friendship that he has with us, it's the reason why he races here. I mean, we gotta learn that not everything in racing is about being speed, and it's not everything about speed and well, being the fastest, racing against the fastest driver. It's also about building a nice community, being with the people you like to be alongside with. It's not just about well, I want to go to a fast league, I want to race only against faster people than me or people at my level. It's also about, you know, building a nice community, racing against people maybe not as fast as you, but still people you like to spend time with. And that's the case with Slippery Cucumber. He likes to spend time with us. He's been with us since Season 2, since 2 years, more than 2 years ago. And well, I gotta say that I really appreciate him a lot, both as a friend and as a driver, of course, and it's really nice to have him with us. And we'll hope to have him in IOR for much more, for more years. Yeah, I hope to have Slippery Cucumber with us for much more years racing in IOR. It's always great to have him here on this league, and once again, as I said, I appreciate him a lot as my friend and as a driver. So yeah, Cucumber is a great driver and a great person as well. So coming back into a race, unfortunately Sim Soka has lagged out mid-race, but he is able to rejoin the session. Well, seems to have some connection issues there. And there's been a yellow flag. I think that's Legendary Goat who has retired in the pit lane. Well, and Sim Soka is back, but well, he seems to have some connection issues. It's not the first time he disconnects. But thankfully he's not in a bad spot. He is on P14, but not that far behind. I mean, I know it's not the best spot to be on, but he's not far behind. He's not far behind from the pack. I mean, let's see if he has taken control of his car once again. Yes, he has. Theus leads, followed by Slippery Cucumber, who will be on the DRS now, and on the slipstream will be aiming for getting that move done as soon as possible on the hard compound of tires. Meanwhile, Archives in third of the race, Nick FIFA on P4 MASH, though in better tire conditions, will be in better tire conditions later, but at the moment at the back of Nick FIFA. Once again, the Ferraris do an excellent job, as I said before. Of course, Slippery Cucumber is dominating with the Alpha, but Ferrari, I have to say, is as a team, I think, the best, because well, no, actually, when Yanni raced with Cucumber, they actually did a really good job. But yeah, I have to say exactly that. Alpha and Ferrari, the best teams of the season, as a team, of course. Slippery Cucumber, oh, Theus has a little slider. That's going to open the door for Slippery Cucumber to get that move done into the main straight. And on this slipstream he goes. And we'll get that move done with the DRS. We'll find out now. He is not really trying to. I think he might not even need to use his ERS to get that move done. He's coming into turn 1 and gets the move done. And I think Cucumber will just start pulling away at this point. Nothing Tails could do against that move, and yeah, Slippery Cucumber is gonna dominate this race. Definitely gonna dominate it. Unless, of course, there's a safety car or something. Tikangas has to pit due to, well, due to being on really old soft tires. Soft, of course, won't last, and now we'll have to go on hard compound of tires. Meanwhile, Bialo battling against Biohazard, the same driver that teammate Arrieta battled against some laps ago. Now it's turned from Bialo to battle against this driver. Well, Bio is the only driver to have a penalty on this race at the moment. And meanwhile, yeah, Arrieta gonna chase the other Aston Martin Wesley. Might get close enough to think about that move. Slippery Cucumber leads, and I think we'll break the DRS soon. Meanwhile, back in K-Money battling hard against Joseph Wesley here for P6 of the race. This could be an interesting battle. Both on the hard setup tires. Looking to get that move done. But, well, having both in similar ERS conditions, I think not much is going to change here. Slippery Cucumber now sets the fastest lap of the race. He didn't even use ERS to do that. You can see how fast Slippery Cucumber is at the moment. And yeah, I think he definitely will find no opposition today. There goes Mash trying to get that move done on Nick FIFA. Coming at the back of him, really close to the back of that Ferrari car. Back in K-Money gets the move done on Joseph, but actually Joseph will try and fight this one back. This is going to be an interesting battle here for P6 of the race. Might be crucial then later, because on the hard setup tires should be able to get the medium runners later, both leaving enough room to each other. This is going to cost them time, but also is going to give us a really nice battle on track. Who is going to stay ahead in this? It's going to be Joseph Wesley. It's going to be Joseph Wesley who will get ahead. Oh, that's really close from K-Money to tap in the back of Joseph. Bio battling against Bialo here. Once again a Mercedes against an Aston here on this race. Bialo trying to get that move by the outside. Similar ERS conditions once again. Bio has a bit better ERS conditions, but Bialo is putting a lot of pressure on him. Sends it down the inside. And that could have well win a contact, but once again, really clean driving by these guys. Hard racing, but clean at the same time. Nice moves there in the midfield. Bialo against Bio, and now with the DRS, I think it's the perfect chance for Bialo to get that move done. Here comes Bialo on the slipstream of Bio, coming into the main straight. And Mash finally has got past Nick FIFA there. Let's go with this. And yes, he's done it. And now Bialo against Biohazard, but actually Bio has opened the gap there in the main straight. Bio opened the gap and Bialo unable to once again get that move done. Is Bialo gonna think about a move in there? Bio smartly covers the inside but goes too deep. And that's gonna allow Bialo to get that move done by the outside. Bialo gets the move done by Bio, now has the ERS and has the DRS as well. Bialo defends there, a bit of a late move by Bialo defensive, but I think it's fair racing there. I gotta say, a little contact there between these two. Tiny contact. Bialo takes the place there, but Bio is not giving this one up. And Bio is gonna take once again the place. Mega battle between these two. Mega battle there. And this is not over yet. This is gonna carry on into the next coming laps. Well, that's cost him a lot of time against the leading pack, but still, what a battle. What a battle between these two. And also, Sim Soka and Lionel are gonna give us a show in here. Now, can Bialo get the move done this time? This time he has a bit better ERS conditions than what Bio has. Gets a really good exit now out of the final corner this time. Is this gonna be the moment the move will be done? On this lift room he goes. On the DRS, he's not using his ERS, he's just thinking about the ERS here. Back in K-Money now gets the move done on Joseph. Bialo has to back off on this. He goes wide. Not sure if that gave him a warning or not. Following now the battle between K-Money and Joseph. Now actually K-Money is clear at the moment. At least at this stage. Bialo there. Bio goes a bit deep there, and now in the straight, coming into a corner. Who's gonna be ahead? Is it gonna be Bialo? Is it gonna be Bio? Bialo breaks the latest, but I think Bio can get the better traction out of the corner. Not this time. Bialo takes the place, and now I think we'll be clear ahead of Bio. We'll see if Bio can try and fight this one back into the next lap. Meanwhile, at the back comes Lionel against Sim Soka, and it's going to be a 4-car train here. in the battle for P10 of the race. Meanwhile, Arrieta also chasing the train from back in K-Money, Joseph, Wesley, and yeah, that train. And Mash now picks a 3-second time penalty that will cost him definitely later in the race, especially if there's a safety car. Nikiva has lost the arrest to him and, well, has clear 5 seconds ahead of K-Money, but that also is not a safe gap because we have to remember that K-Money is on the hard. So later on the race, K-Money might chase Nick FIFA on the fresher medium tires. Oh, and Bios got the move done once again on Bialo, but he has to go too deep, and that's gonna allow Bialo to take the place once again. Bialo goes up into P10 of the race. Wesley Santana is also doing a really good job, nice job here, and closing the gap into K-Money and Wesley, though these two will definitely pull away anytime. Oh, that's a mistake there by K-Money. That's going to allow Joseph to close the gap and maybe try and save some ERS as well. Simsoka has got the move done on QLNL. Next step for Simsoka is gonna look to get past Bio. Bialo is also building the gap there on Bio, sorry. Yeah, Bio I think is gonna get the arrest, but is gonna have Simsoka right on his back. Oh, that's a yellow flag. That's Wesley off. Wesley has spun it. Wesley has spun it in the final corner, and that's gonna bring him. Bialo, that's gonna allow Bialo to maybe think about getting the move done in here. He's not gonna get any good straight line speed right now. That's QLNL in the pit lane. He's looking for an undercut. He's got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Here comes Simsoka at the back of Bio. That's gonna be Wesley Santana, who's lost a lot of time. Who's gonna be put under pressure now by Bialo as well. Now Arrieta also has clear way in his own race. I think he doesn't really have anyone to challenge ahead of him. He also got a podium in China, so it's done a really good season for the races he's taken part here. Migrating host. Oh, Slippery Cucumber has left the session. Slippery Cucumber has left the session. What has happened there? Well, can I invite him? Simsoka has left as well. Oh, that might be a big hit for this race. Let's see if something can be done about it. Well, if not, this is gonna open a big thing in here. What has happened here? And well, there's been a total problem there with connection for two drivers, for Simsoka and Slippery Cucumber. And well, unfortunately, Slippery Cucumber, as he's the host, is the reason why no one else can join, and I have an issue with the... I have an issue as well with my invite for PS, so I think unfortunately they won't be able to join back this race. So let's keep going with what is going on now. Mash leads now on hard tires, followed by K-Money, followed by Joseph Vesely. Nick FIFA now picks a penalty of some fresh hard tires. And yeah, sorry for distracting with the race, but it was important because it was the host of the lobby, so might bring some... it was gonna be hard for people to try and rejoin back the lobby. So, lap 17 of the race, we are around half the race distance done. So, who can win this race? Can it be Theos, maybe? Well, Slippery Cucumber, for an unfortunate reason, is not gonna be able to win this one. And following on with what has in the race on track, Mash leads 3 seconds ahead of K-Money, then comes Joseph Vesely, who's coming into a building for an undercut. Joseph coming in for an undercut. Medium tires, of course, with Slippery Cucumber lagged out. Everyone is going to be looking for that win. Bialo has also come into a pit lane for fresh hard tires, as well as Wesley Santana. And, well, Arietta with no one really to fight against at this point. Joseph Vesely coming out of the pit lane. Is going to be ahead or behind Nick FIFA? He's definitely going to be behind Nick FIFA. Now on fresh medium tires to be faster at the end of the race. Are we close to maybe Mash's first win in IOR? Who's gonna be winning this race today, I have to ask. Well, but definitely, unfortunately, due to Slippery Cucumber's issue, he won't be able to be the winner of this race and will not be able to win that 4th race in a row. K-Money also in the pit lane is going to look to cover the undercut from Joseph Vesely. He is going to come out on cold tires now. And here comes Joseph Vesely on the fresher medium tires. Of course now, actually K-Money's up in the gap there, but he's going to be on cold tires. So, but actually, I think the overcut might have worked there to perfection for back in K-Money. I don't think it's that far. So, yeah, good job there by the Red Bull driver. Mash leads, followed by 14 seconds from Theos, but Mash of course still to make his stop. Who is gonna win this race, I have to ask. Oh, there's a spinner, that is Kill UNL, in Sector 1. Mash leads 13.3 seconds behind comes Theos, then comes Archives. Then comes Nick FIFA, who is very behind Archives, but still. He's doing a really good job on a very solid position at the moment. And here comes Joseph Vesely, who's going to take that P6 of the race due to Slippery Cucumber's lag out. And while this could also mix up things in the Constructors' Championship, I think Ferrari is definitely going to get much closer into Alpha. This could make things get a bit interesting. Well, Theos is now closing the gap to Mash. Mash still extending those tires as much as he can. He's gonna be around 8 seconds, I guess, behind Theos when he comes out of the pit lane. I think he might even be behind Nick FIFA, or maybe not too sure. Well, he is in the pit lane, we'll find out now. Mash comes in for fresh medium tires. That's gonna be Theos in the lead of the race. Then we will have Archives, of course, on P3. And Nick FIFA will come as well into a final corner, and we have to see if he's gonna be ahead or behind Mash. I think Mash is gonna be ahead, as Mash is already coming out, but Nick FIFA, of course, is gonna come at better speed. If he gets caught behind Nick FIFA, that's gonna cost him time. 1 second, yeah, I think he's gonna lose a place against Nick FIFA. Nick FIFA thinks about the move there. I think he's gonna get it in this straight anyway. Don't think Mash on cold tires can do much against him. There goes Mash defending down the inside. He doesn't want to lose this place. He's gonna try and send it all the way by the outside. Once again, it's Mash against a Ferrari, and well, forcing a bit off the road there, but it's gonna be Nick FIFA at the end who will take the place. Or I think he might have gotten legal overtake in there. That is costing Mash time. And at the end, Nick FIFA gets behind Mash, but Mash, of course, has already lost some time there against the Ferrari driver. Also, Backend K-Money will be looking for this move as well. And actually, yeah, he can't even lose a place against Backend K-Money. K-Money could be also well be aiming there for the podium. This time, the medium hard might have worked better than the... Oh, that's Nick FIFA off. That's Nick FIFA off on his own. Made a little tap there on the curb, and that sends him off the road, and he is going to be rejoining the track, but very far behind now. That's going to allow Arrieta as well. That's almost going to allow Arrieta to get the move done on him. He's using that ERS. He's draining that battery, and is going to get the move on the inside there. Arrieta takes P6 of the race. Nick FIFA trying to challenge him, but can't do so. Arrieta is now your new 6th of the race, and it's been a really good job also fighting back from the back. Started, I think, P20 if I'm not wrong on this race, and is now up into P6. Definitely gonna be driver of the day. There goes Nick FIFA. Is gonna try and think about a move down the inside. Yeah, these two have already battled in the past in China. They already know each other. But this time it will be Arrieta who will stay ahead of Nick FIFA. Theos leads 4.6 seconds ahead of Archives, then comes Mash, then comes Backend K-Money, who will try to get into that DRS of Mash, but I think it's gonna be a bit difficult at this point. Meanwhile, Joseph Vesely 7 seconds behind. Once again, he's gonna be scoring good points, but yeah, I think definitely could have been a bit more happy with the podium, which I think he still doesn't have. Yeah, I think Joseph Vesely doesn't have a podium on this season yet, which I think is kind of surprising. But well, he's gonna retake that second place in the standings anyway, so he's gonna be happy with that. Theos might be scoring that first win of the season for him. Only has 10 laps to go. Archives will... I think he doesn't have really a response at this point. He's 4 seconds behind. Nothing he can really do against Theos at this point. Theos is on a really good position to win this one. I think it's gonna be really hard that he doesn't win it. How race is looking at the moment. Meanwhile, Nick FIFA sitting on P6 of the race. But if Arrieta can manage to stick into that DRS, he will be finishing this race on P6 due to Nick FIFA's penalty. Bialo at the back of Wesley Santana. Can he think about the move here soon? He's at least, I think, gonna be finishing this race on P9. Slippery Cucumber, well, unfortunately, yeah, not the way he should have ended for the fastest vegetable today. He was looking for another win, but of course, this engine failures happen sometimes, and yeah, unfortunately, won't be scoring points today. He's been overtaken now by Biohazard. Black Bala will be the next one. And yeah, race lost there for Slippery Cucumber. Mash gets another penalty, that's gonna be very costful at this point. He can't even lose a place against K-Money. That's Black Bala into the pit lane. Tails leads 4 seconds ahead of Archives, then comes Mash. Oh, there's a yellow flag. Who is that? I think that's the Kangas in P16 of the race. Coming in the pit lane. Once again in the pit lane. Oh, he retired. And I think Yannick Lee has been disconnected all this time. No, he hasn't. Interpret a ghost for... maybe he's getting lapped. Yeah, probably that's the reason. Well, 8 laps to go, nothing seems that's gonna change at this point. Theos is gonna win the race, and once again, Tikangas was the other host, so, well, he's left the session. For some reason the game gave the host to him. So, Theos leads 4 seconds ahead of Archives, then comes Mash, who still is unable. Oh, Mash has spun it! Mash has spun it almost in the wall, thankfully saved it, but that will cost him badly. And I think even Joseph is about to close into him. Yeah, I think his Mash went for the alternative strategy. This race could have gone in his hands. Mash is, I think, stuck there. I don't know what... oh, he's waiting for everyone to get past. He's waiting for everyone. Good sportsmanship there by Mash. And yeah, that's gonna be one more place for the rest of the drivers. Bialo is... what's happened to Bialo? No, he's coming here. He's coming, but... I think he also must have made a mistake. I remember he was right at the back of Wesley and now has... well, is 5 seconds behind him. Well, horrible end of this race for Mash as it's going now. Sadly, we'll even lose that podium place. Well, he needs to keep going, or is he gonna go into the pit lane? Now he's gonna go into the pit lane. Hopefully not to retire, but I think it's a possibility. Yeah, he has retired. Well, Theos leads the way, followed by Archives, 4.7 seconds ahead of him. Then comes back and K-Money. There's nothing, I think not much changes are gonna happen on this race at this point. Once again, it's gonna be a really strong scoring for the Ferrari team today. How would the standings be now without the Alpha scoring? Because Cucumber won't score due to the lag out. Also, yeah, Janet Lee is a reserve, so he doesn't score for constructors. Oh, there's already been a reported incident. So, gonna quickly look at the standings, because I think this is not going anywhere. What I mean with that is this is not gonna change. There's not gonna be big changes on this race. So, first of all, let's go with the constructor standings. How much is the gap between Ferrari and Alpha? And the gap is currently around 50 points. I think 53 points if I'm not wrong. No, I'm wrong. 43 points, I think. I don't know if my math are correct or not, but with this result, with Joseph on P4, and if Nick FIFA manages to take P5, he clears the penalty range. That's gonna be That's gonna be 32 points for Ferrari, which is gonna put him around 10 points behind Alpha. So yeah, this might keep a bit alive the battle for constructors between both teams. But well, still it's not the way it should have been. Humber should have been able to finish this race, but unfortunately, as I said, engine issues happen, and well, it's what has taken Humber the chance away from him today. So, coming into what possibly will be his first win in IOR, 5 seconds ahead of Archives, followed by backend K Money, who is lapping the ghost car of Slippery Cucumber. Bialo also in a really good race for himself. I think he's not gonna get any more places, but he's also not gonna drop any more places. Solid P8 there for the Mercedes driver. Theos leads 4.9 seconds, 5 seconds now ahead of Archives. He's just building that gap. The gap is staying the same. He even has more ERS than Theos, than Archives, sorry. There's a yellow flag. Oh, that's a Mercedes, that's Bialo. That's Bialo spotted there. And that might actually bring him back to Bio. And what is the penalties? Bio has 3 seconds less penalties than Bialo, so now that P8 from Bialo is on risk against Bio Hazard. He'll need to pull away 1.5 seconds if he wants to save that. If he wants to save that P8 of the race today, and some points for the team at least. And yeah, what I was gonna say, I'm gonna read now the comment. Bialo has left the session. Is that a lag out, or did he just rage quit it? Hopefully it's a lag out. I didn't want to think that he rage quit it just because of the spinner. And now I'm gonna read the comments, which I don't read a long time ago. So first of all, it's Robin says, "Oh, okay, fair. Didn't know he was." So yeah, I think that's in response to the reason why Cucumber races in IOR, and yeah, I already gave the explanation. So yeah, I think I don't have to repeat that. Then Robin also says, "Teos in P1. Check ERS from Teos, please." Well, I guess this comment is from time ago, but still, I'm gonna check his ERS, and he's on 35% now, which is, well, it's a big difference from Archives, and the gap just keeps extending more and more. Then Robin says Slippery isn't pushing, and K Edmond says, what assist does Slippery use? Robin says, not sure, I think line and ABS, but it might only be line. And well, actually I know Humor uses ABS and line, yeah, you were right, nothing else than that. And Robin says, did he disconnect? Yes, he did. He unfortunately lagged out, and as he was the host, then that's the reason why he couldn't join back, and I couldn't invite him because my, for some reason, my ability to invite people is messed up, because I think possibly because I have too many people added as friends on PS, and that completely freezes my screen. So possibly we'll be joining a different account next weekend, so that won't be a problem in case something like that happens. Standing Grip says the only way to stop Slippery, cut his internet out. Standing says this guy has less races than me and already takes a win possibly. Yeah, it's really probable at this point. I mean, 3 laps to go, and it doesn't seem like he's gonna lose it. The only way that Theos could lose this race is of course a mistake, because even a safety car is really, I think, impossible at this with just 3 laps to go. And even if he got a penalty, he still has a 5-second gap to Archive. So the only way he loses this race is once again, or a disconnection maybe, or a spinner, a mistake from himself, which with 3 laps to go is really unlikely to happen. So it doesn't seem like, once again, like I said, nothing is gonna change. The Ferraris will also be looking that 4-5, which is crucial for their constructor standings. Well, at this point, yeah, I'm just waiting for the race to finish because once again I think there's not much gonna change, and Theos is gonna take his first victory in IOR. Also his first points in IOR because he couldn't score in China, but this time he is coming on a really solid run. I think starting from P4 or P5 on the grid, or maybe even lower than that. Let's check the race director. Started on P5 and is gonna come home to take a solid victory. Well, Theo's gonna start the final lap of this race. Black Bala gonna get past Bialo's ghost car. And yeah, not many battles going on at the moment. Not a single one going on really. Gonna follow Theos to the final lap then. He's gonna come home in his, I think, second race in IOR. Yeah, he debuted in China. Wasn't able to make the first and the third race, but in this time, just on the second race in IOR, he's gonna come home and take victory. The first victory in his IOR career. We'll see if the first of many more. But following Theos through Sector 2 on the Haas. Down the hill he goes. 6 seconds ahead of Archives. Oh, yellow flag, who is that? Is that Arrieta? I think it was, but it doesn't really matter. He's still not gonna lose the place. But coming now on board with Theos, the man that came back and takes revenge from what happened in China, and into a line he goes and wins the Portuguese Grand Prix for the first time ever. New winner, all-time winner in IOR. I think since a long time ago. Archives also, I think, the first podium in IOR in second place, and Backend came on in third on the debut. I think this is a total new podium in IOR. I think we never had any of these three in the podium before. And I guess that's a mega hit for being the fourth race in IOR Season 4. A really entertaining race with full grid as well, which is always nice to see. A full grid that at the start it looked like it might not have happened. Actually, the check-in in the Discord didn't look good at all. But at the end, look at how it changed. Full grid and a totally new podium in IOR with three guys that have never standed on it before. Theos P1, Archives in second, and Backend came on in third. Backend came on also on the debut drive. Joseph and Nick FIFA P4 and P5, solid points for Ferrari. Arrieta comes once again in a mega race for himself, P6 of the race. Wesley takes P7, again solid, consistent, maybe not on top, but scoring really good points. Bio on 8th, also is going to be a good scoring for Aston. Lionel on P9, and well, couldn't count the rest. So we will go now with the national anthem for Brazil for our race winner Theus. The first race win from our new Haas driver. And yeah, it's always good to have a new all-time IOR winner. I think it's been a long time. No, not a long time. I think Joseph Besley was the last driver to win a race. New driver to win a race in Mexico last season. So yeah, it wasn't that of a long time. But still, it's not something that we are getting used to see too often, a new all-time winner. So, well, let's go now with the Brazilian anthem for Theus. So that's the national anthem of Brazil and USA for Theus and for Haas, of course, the team winner today. So now let's check if we will have post-race interviews or not today. Theo says Brazil, mate. This is the Brazil. Yeah, it's always nice to have a Brazilian driver winning the race, especially with the number of Brazilians we have this season. Of course, we definitely had to have a Brazilian winner, and well, it's coming Portugal. So, fourth race of the season, and well, congratulations to you, Theus. You well-deserved win. Really solid pace and a solid race as well. So seems that we will have post-race interviews.
Hello.
So let's get going now with the post-race interviews. We have Backend K Money in the party chat, or of course in his debut drive. I think it's gonna be the only of the guys in the podium that will be taking part on the post-race interviews. Of course, the party is open for everyone else to join as well. But let's start with Backend K Money. So first of all, well, welcome to IOR. You did a really good race for being the first one, and I gotta say congratulations on that podium, mate. You had a really solid drive through all the race. Maybe not at all moment battling there at the front, but at the end your consistency got you that podium. So what can you say about this first experience in IOR and about this first race? Do you think the pace is high? Do you enjoy battling against the other guys today?
The pace is very high. I usually play in little open lobbies with most of these guys, but yeah, most of them are pretty quick. Honestly, I just woken up and just hopped on the game. I didn't practice. That was my qualifying lap. Was my first lap on the game today, but I mean, it was a good race. It was very competitive. I kind of didn't do well in qualifying, which I mean, it is what it is, but kind of made up for it in the race.
So talk us about a bit your battle against Joseph Vesely. I think you, not sure if you started ahead or behind him, but you were behind him in the first laps, and I saw you had a really good move with him into, I think, Sector 1, Sector 2 as well. And well, at the end, I think you could have got him into the main straight. So what can you say about that battle? Do you think that it costed you maybe a bit of time? Do you think maybe if you got past him before, you could have maybe challenged for a bit of a higher place later on the race? Or do you think the P3 was the best you could have done today?
Honestly, I think the P3 is probably the best I could have done. I mean, it was a good battle. He kind of was holding me up there a little bit, but I couldn't put a lap together to get past him sooner than I wanted to. But I mean, it was what it was. I eventually got past him. I was just hoping he wouldn't make it so hard so we could try to run a train and try to catch up to everybody. But I mean, it was what it was. It was a good battle.
So now other question is that you went for the hard medium strategy, which, well, in this occasion it was the medium hard, the winning strategy, and also who completed the podium in second. You went to the hard medium, right? Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so the guy in P1 and P2, sales and archives, started on the medium hard, which I think is a bit unusual to see that that is going to be the winning strategy. Usually the other way. But do you think that the hard medium, after seeing the results, was the best strategy for you, or do you think maybe being a bit faster in the start on those first lap on the mediums could have been more beneficial for you, or are you happy with the strategy you picked?
I was pretty happy with the strategy that I went with, but I mean, I was I got caught in traffic both stints, but I mean, it was what it was. I had really good pace on the mediums. I kind of like going faster towards the end of the race.
And then I think this might be my final question. So, when you made your pit stop, I think you did it one lap later than Joseph, so I was expecting him to undercut you, but at the end it actually happened the opposite. Even when he was on fresh or medium tires, he actually dropped like 2 seconds behind you. So, do you have maybe some battery save on that final lap on hards, or maybe you had an excellent in lap, or what do you think was the reason that gave you that mega overcut on Joseph and, well, to close the gap against the... Even you also close to Mash, who is also in the party chat, so we'll go with him in a second. But what do you think was it that made that overcut you did so powerful?
Well, I mean, I didn't really do good with saving my battery, but I felt like I had the pace on him the whole race. Honestly, once I got past him, I was pulling on him. But I mean, I think I was just quicker than him, honestly. Once he got onto the cold tires, I think his outlet was pretty slow. I had a pretty good in lap.
All right then. Oh yeah, keep going.
No, you're good.
Okay. Well, so I think that's all my questions for you, at least for the moment. So once again, congratulations on that debut podium. P3 in the first race is really solid. Well, congratulations again, and hope to have you once again racing in IOR.
Thanks, man. It was fun. Appreciate it.
Now I'm going with Mash. Well, the man that, well, I gotta say that possibly a disappointing race today for you, but once again you showed to be on the pace. You were actually, I think, 47 thousandths lower than Cucumber in qualifying. But then in the race, I'm not sure what happened. I don't know if maybe it was the not good start you got, or if maybe those penalties and at the end that mistake. But maybe what do you think was the reason that you couldn't challenge for the win today?
Cheers, bro. I had a terrible setup. Like, wasn't. I made up a setup just before the race, and it wasn't working well like, at all. So like, the quality was all over the place. And like at the end of my final line, and then going all the way down the straight, and yeah, just ruined my chances of pole. And in the race, like I knew it'd be even harder because of the high fuels. Like with the bad setup, like terrible car balance, not much practice. I just couldn't put it all together, and the penalties as well just made it so much harder. And then my tires overheated on the medium. I think it was the front left and rear left. They're suffering with overheating. So it was that much harder, especially into the right-hand corners, that much harder to brake, turn in. And yeah, I just lost it going down the hill. Yeah, not much I could do about it. The tire just gave in if the car was around. And from there, like the tires were completely done. I just like lost all confidence in the car.
Maybe you can talk us a bit about those first laps. You know, that start of the race where, well, we know it wasn't good, but what can you say about that battle against the other guys, maybe the guys in the mediums? Were you expecting maybe to not lose that much time, because Cucumber, you know, lost one place as well, but then quickly cleared up tails and started pulling away till the disconnection happened. But do you think you could have done maybe something different on that start of the race, or simply the start wasn't good?
Yeah, I had a terrible start. A lot of wheel spin. The hards just weren't warm at all, and Slippery he had a lot more downforce than I did. I was running really low, so it was a lot easier for him to warm up his tires. So yeah, that first lap or two really cost me. I was already like 3 seconds behind, and I didn't want to burn all my battery just to catch up a little bit. So I just sort of stopped burning. And then one of the medium runners got past me. I was like, okay, that's fine. I'll just stick him behind. And yeah, like those first 7-8 laps in the hards were, yeah, they were tough. But then I got back in my rhythm, and then it took me so long to get past the Ferrari, and I lost so much time there. And then got back in my rhythm, set past the lap. I was going well. And then Slippery, I think he disconnected. And so I had to like pause, try to send him a whole bunch of advice, and I lost like 5 seconds worth of race time there. and that effectively ruined my chances of winning. I still had an outside shot, but there and then is when everything went away.
So the other question I want to ask is, when I saw you were the one, I think, that extended those hearts the most, were you maybe waiting for a safety car or something? Because I saw you pitted really late, and you could also were in risk of being undercutted by K Money as well, which when you came out of the pit lane, I think was just 1 second behind you, and I think you also lost the place against someone in on the outlap. I think it was a Ferrari in your outlap. So you think it maybe was a bit risky to wait too long, or you were maybe waiting for a safety car?
No. The plan was fine. It's just that I caught up to a few lap cars at the wrong time, about 2 or 3 laps before I pitted. It happened like on 2 or 3 different occasions, and I lost so much time trying to get past them. And then, yeah, that was a problem because in clear air my pace was good. Like I was matching my fastest lap every lap. I was pushing them. Like I think I was matching the guys behind me who were new hards. I was matching their times, so like my pace was good. That's why I just stayed out. And then unfortunately, just trying to get through the traffic just cost me way too much time and ruined the strategy. But I should have come out a lot further ahead. But yeah, I just couldn't quite get through the traffic quickly, and yeah, it really cost me on that outlap.
Then I think this is gonna be my final question for today. So, do you think if you came out of the pit lane with clean air, like I think it was P3 behind Theos and Archives, which I think Archives was around 4 seconds ahead of you and Theos like 8 seconds ahead. Do you think in the remaining laps you would have been able to at least catch them? Maybe not win due to the penalties, but at least on track, do you think you could have got them maybe?
Yeah, on track, yeah, definitely, definitely. But then I think I had 3 seconds, and then I got the stupid penalty. I just wasn't looking. I looked away for 1 second, looked back on, and I just went a little bit wide, and I got 6 seconds. And yeah, from then on, I just gave up really. But yeah, without those penalties, yeah, I think 8 seconds. Yeah, because I was pulling about a second and a half a lap, and I had a fair bit of battery as well to burn, and yeah, I was catching pretty well, but just yeah, it wasn't meant to be with the penalties, and that went on. But I think realistically, like you would want about a 5 second gap. That's about if you like similar pace, you'd want maximum 5 second gap, just so you can comfortably catch them and pass them and still save your battery. So yeah, 8 seconds would have been pushing a little bit, but yeah, I would back myself. Yeah.
So yeah, I think you can feel once again happy due to the pace. You were once again in quali close to Slippery Cucumber. You already defeated him in China in this case. The gap was really nothing, just less than half a thousand.
Uh,
No, 50,000 I
yeah,
think.
I'm happy. He was really nervous because I think he was watching my lap the whole time because he's retired, and he was watching my times, and he was really quiet. He was really nervous, and he thought I was gonna be because I was about a tenth ahead of him up until the last corner when I ran out of battery. So like he was really nervous, and I should be happy because I did 2 laps on those tires. So considering I did 2 laps and it didn't have full battery, it was actually a really good lap. It should have been like 3 tenths quicker, considering like the tire weight that kicked in. That the battery should have been about point 0.6 to point 0.5. So I'm really happy under pressure as well because I dropped the people. I'm really happy with that lap. Not so happy with the race.
But I think maybe if you could have got pole, maybe the race would have been a different story. You know, you would have started in the clean part of the track with Gilmer would have started in second place. Maybe it could have been a bit different in the race. We don't know, but well, at the end, it is what it is.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I think so. If I'd gotten him, I would have started on mediums and then just got the better start, pulled away, pulled the gap. Because I was a lot quicker in the straights as well, so it would have been a lot easier for me to pull the gap. And then he would have had to pass me at the end on the mediums, which would have been, with my straight line speed, would have been a lot harder. So yeah, track position was crucial there. If I had pole, like, would have been a completely different strategy. And my setup would have worked a bit more to my advantage. But yeah, it just wasn't meant to be.
But well, we still have 8 more races on this season, so well, that win still can come. There's still a lot of chances. You never know. Cucumber might have some issues like today as well. You never know. It's racing, so it's not over till the final lap, till the flag is raised. So we'll have to see.
Yeah.
So talking about that, next 2 weeks, because we have a break week next weekend. So in 2 weeks' time, we come for round 5 at Canada, which is actually Cucumber's home track. So I think that's going to be one that he's definitely going to be looking to win. If I'm not wrong, he has 3 wins around here. But if you get to race, how do you think you can do around Canada? You know, it's a really easy track to get penalties. I think that's the hardest thing about the track, and also that the walls are a bit close to the track as well. Of course, not as much as Monaco, but still, it's for the Wall of Champions. It's a really a place where a lot of people crash. So what can you say about Canada?
Yeah. So I'm just having a look at the calendar now. Yeah, Canada's not one of my favorites, just because the walls is too close, and it's so easy to get penalties. So yeah, he'll probably have the edge of me there. Probably won't be able to challenge him. Just won't have enough room there. Yeah, but looking at Silverstone the week after, I think that's a really good one. I really like it. I think. Yeah, I think he's up for a fight there. A good fight.
Yeah, of course, Silverstone is the track that most people like. I really don't know. I think someone that hates this track. I think it's probably the track no one hates. But it should be a really interesting second part of the championship, the next 4 round of races.
Yeah, it should be. Should be very nice. So it'd be interesting to see how it plays out. And a few guys who missed out today who could be back next week to see where they are, like in the pecking order, where they end up. It'll be interesting to find that out. And who knows? Maybe hopefully I can get that win somehow. Another pole. I mean, I love getting pole. Yeah, just as much as winning, really. So yeah, I wouldn't mind. It's also like the 3rd time in like less than a week where I've missed pole by like less than half a tenth. So it's not been the best week for me, but yeah, hopefully bounce back.
I mean, if you get pole position, at least you can be like Charles, even if you can't win every race, but you can have a lot of pole positions.
Yeah, it's one for the stats really, and yeah, so I can clip it and post it and look back on it, and create some music, make a TikTok out of it, be creative with it. So.
Well, so I think that's all my questions for today, and well, thank you for your time, Ash, and well, congratulations on the race as well. I know it didn't end how you would have wanted, but once again, you were competitive, you were there. Just situations and well, setup, as you told me, weren't good, but there's still more chances, and I can tell you that maiden win will come. It will come as sooner than you think. So, congratulations once again.
Yeah, cheers, and good luck to everyone next week.